Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Jaden. I have two other videos on this channel that are filmed just as poorly as this one is. But today's video was originally going to be me playing what is happening with this part? Hold on. Nothing's getting better. Nonetheless, today's video is going to originally be me playing or watching Bandersnatch and kind of going through all of the options and telling you what my outcome was if I played it once or twice, what the outcomes were. So that's what today's video was originally going to be. Then I started to film it. I had like 47 minutes filmed, and then I was like, this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be because the show was so like interesting and enthralling that I really wanted to pay full attention to that and not be filming. So I decided not to do that and to do this instead, just because that was like really making me trip out over a few things. So I thought that, this is so confusing as to what this is. It was just like really interesting. So I kind of wanted to go over a few weird things that have been going on in my life and see if it's been going on in anybody else's. So that's what we're going to do. First and foremost, let me say that I fully subscribe to the notion that there are more than one universe and or timeline where we are living our best lives. So with that being said, I've had a few weird instances where situations have happened and it's just like a little bit strange, and when they started happening is a little bit weird, so that's what I kind of wanted to touch on. So let's start with last year in, I want to say November ish. I don't know. No, it was like earlier last year. Earlier last year I had a dream that, sorry, my dog is trying to ruin my life. Anyhow, so I had a dream that there was this guy. How do I explain this? Because it sounds like I'm crazy, but it was just a dream, so I'm not crazy. But it was a dream where I wasn't a person. It was just kind of like I was there, and there was this guy standing on a cliff, and it was really warm, really comfortable, like whatever, just like really, like I felt really welcome there. And this guy was like standing and the wind was blowing in his hair, and all around him all I kept hearing was, none of this is real, none of this is real, none of this is real. But it wasn't like he was saying it, but it was like he understood that none of it was real, and like as to what is not real, I don't know. But so that's kind of where all of this starts, and then look at that exposure. Anyhow, so that's kind of where all of this starts, and then after that it just kind of got like weirder and weirder. Fast forward a few months, and I am getting ready for Christmas. So mind you, I was wrong. When I had that original dream, it was like early last year, late 2017. So I just like kind of kept that in the back of my mind, and like that was just like a weird dream that I had, and I just kept thinking about it, and it just had like a really big impact on me, and I just kept thinking of how comfortable and like welcome I felt in that dream, but I've never felt that way in real life. Very weird. Anyhow, so then November rolls around, and I'm looking for gifts for my mom, and I'm like trying to think over and over of like what I could get her, whatever, and I can't think of a single thing to get her. So I'm like looking on eBay, I'm looking on Amazon, just like trying to see like anything that I could think of. And then I find like munchie cheese that people are selling. And if you don't know what munchie cheese are, that's completely understandable because not a lot of people do. But if you do, then they're like this, I don't want to say stuffed animal because they're not. They're like, they're a toy that has like, they look like a monkey, kind of, and they, that is so weird. Like, it's hard to explain them. They look like a monkey. They're part plastic, part fabric, whatever. That's the general gist of them. So my mom got one when she was really little, and like has always had one, really loved it, and then got me 3 when I was younger, and it's just like been something that we've kind of like bonded over, like something, it's just like something that you would have to be her or I to like understand. So I was looking online, and somebody was selling newer ones, because mine and hers look different, so the newer ones look different than the old ones, but they were selling newer ones that looked like older ones. You know what I mean? Like refurbished old ones, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm like looking online and I'm like, oh my gosh, she would love this. Like I would never make her, like I would never say, oh, get rid of your old one and replace it with this one. But it would be nice if she had like a newer one that like, you know, whatever. So I'm like looking online, I'm contacting sellers, whatever. So that's one night. The next morning I wake up and I go into her room because she like has her dog kennel trained, so she sleeps in the kennel when she sleeps in her bed. So when my mom's asleep, the dog's sleeping in her kennel. So nonetheless, I go in there and she's like gotten out of her kennel, and I like, it's never happened before. Like the latches, you'd have to see them, like it feels almost impossible that she could have gotten out of them. But nonetheless, she had gotten out of them and she had eaten the leg off of my mom's Munchie Chi. And it's just very weird because it's like, it happened the day after I was like searching so hard for a refurbished one, and I had also been watching like, this is, it just weird, it fits in but it's weird. I'd also been watching like repair videos for like how to repair vintage toys, and it's like it was just very weird. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I was just confused as to how that happened. So that's like one instance that all got sorted out. I fixed it. But then the next weird thing that happened was, this one's like less weird, but also a little bit weird. So I don't know if you remember, but last year it was like trending that Anna Kendrick just remembered that she was in Twilight. And I have not thought about Anna Kendrick for a hot minute. Like I mean, I don't dislike Anna Kendrick. I like her as an actress, but she's not an actress that I like regularly check in on or like follow on any social media or anything. So I like, the mailman just was walking up to my window and I was like, oh. She's not really like somebody that I check up on regularly or like anything like that. So I had a dream, again, very weird. I had a dream where her and I were like watching old movies together, and we're watching like older movies, and then she's like, let's watch Twilight, and I'm like, okay. So we're watching Twilight, and then I wake up. Then the next morning, it's trending. Look at this light that's like making this extra hard to film. It's trending that she just now remembered she's in Twilight. Can somebody please tell me what's going on? So that's the last one that I had last year that was like a little bit weird. This year, yesterday, the reason I wanted to film this is because it happened again. So, today I woke up and I was like, that was such a weird dream. But then I forgot it, like really quick, I forgot it. And I was like, okay, like whatever. But it still stuck with me that something had happened in the dream that like was unsettling. And I was like, but it wasn't a scary dream. So then later in the day, I'm like looking through Facebook, and one of my friends has updated her profile picture. She's a friend that I was really, really good friends with in freshman year of high school. But then we just like stopped talking after I moved out of Arizona. Looking at her updated picture, and I'm like, wait, you were in that dream. And I'm like, what was that dream about? So I'm like sitting there for a few minutes, and then it comes back to me that, oh, in that dream she died. And I was just very concerned, also like unsettled, thinking back about the dream, and it's so concrete. She was the only thing that kept reminding me was that she kept saying, I'm terminal, I'm gonna die, I'm terminal, I'm terminal, I'm terminal, whatever. That was like in the dream, and I was so taken aback. So I messaged her on Snapchat, and I was like, hey, just wanted to check on you, how are you? And she's like, I'm okay. And I was like, oh, why just okay? And she says, oh, because my grandma died. Oh no. It wasn't her that was terminal, but it was her grandma passed away, which is just so weird that I had like a dream about somebody. Like if it was somebody that I talked to regularly, then it wouldn't be as weird, but I haven't talked to her in a hot minute. So yeah, it was just strange. So honestly, if you're watching this and you're like, this really, look at that, isn't that cute? If you're watching this and you're like, none of this is weird, like you're just like reading into it, okay, that's fine, like that's your opinion. I don't think I'm reading into it. I feel like it was definitely weird instances, whatever. Yeah, a little bit strange. Just some things I kind of wanted to share in a video. I'll probably like have more of these weird instances, and in that case I'll just update you with videos. So yeah, that's all I really had. It just was weird. a couple weird instances that I wanted to share, because I would think that, you know, there's been people that have also had weird instances that they just haven't shared, so I thought that I would. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment below. Thanks.